Good morning, Ian Quick with Millionaire by 50. It is Wednesday, July 1st. Happy Canada Day. Woo! Um, I got a haircut. Yay. I wanted that very, very badly. Which actually brings us to today's topic is what you want in life. Now, yesterday I spoke about your purpose. Your purpose is very important. Without your purpose, you don't have direction. But there's a difference between your purpose and what you want. Your purpose is what you were put here to do. Your want is what you would like in your life while you're here. And I had a little difficulty with the wants at first because I was afraid to look selfish. And wanting something for yourself is not selfish. Wanting something only for yourself when there's plenty to go around for others, that's selfish. But wanting for something for yourself, wanting a better life for yourself, wanting more money so you can do what you need to do, what you want to do, that's not selfish at all. That's just called making the most out of your life. If it's not detrimental to others, and in fact, if it can help others on their life journey, then great. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I also learned that you need to be kind of specific about what you want because the more it's precise, the more you know what you're working for, and the more your vibration is in tune with something very specific. I'm going to take the example of where my wife and I live now. When we needed to move, we knew what we wanted. We wanted to get away from where we were. We wanted more space in the yard. We wanted more space to park. We wanted more green around us, and we got all those things. We forgot to mention we wanted a large kitchen or larger. I mean, this kitchen was tiny, and the one we're at now is not that big either, and so forth. But it's okay. For the time, it did what it needed. But now we're going to be more specific. So I've written down, I'm going to read it right off the screen here. I've written down what I want in life. And while some statements might seem a little general, um, they're not so much. And then some that seem very specific. And you'll see what I mean in a moment. Let me just pull it out here. It says, I want a life where abundance flows freely, where I can afford anything I want. I want my business to thrive and grow exponentially. I want to perform as much as I please and to give opportunity to others to perform and grow as well as artists. I want to give my daughter a life where she can explore anything she wants and become anything she wants. I want to live a long, healthy life with my family. I also want a beautiful home with a gourmet kitchen and a swimming pool. I want central air, a home theater, and a large backyard. And I want this dream to be on the waterfront. So let me just switch back to my screen here. So you can see at the end I got pretty specific with the house because it's very, very tailor-made. The rest, I want my business to grow. How? I'm not sure exactly how it will grow. I've got plans, but here, I've got plans every year. And I've managed to accomplish them every year. So this year I want to add this service, and the following year, like, oh yeah, I just had an idea for this. And I've already got an idea for what I want to add this year, as well as new marketing strategies. Great. I don't know what I'll add 10 years from now. But I do know I want it to grow, so that's as specific as I can be for the moment. These are long-time life goals. I can also write short-term wants. Um, I want to do this by December 31st and so forth. Uh, that's not a problem. I want abundance to flow freely. Um, at first, I was actually thinking of saying I want a life where I don't have to worry about how much I spend. But I reworded it because apparently your subconscious doesn't know the difference between a positive and a negative. And all it will hear is worry about how much I spent. It won't hear the not. So if I just say instead, abundance flows freely, it implies the same thing, but there's no negative words on there, which I've been told is very, very important. And who am I to argue with people who get these results? Both statements mean the same thing. One merely has a positive spin. So if that is what my subconscious absorbs and shifts my paradigms, great. Um, I also thought it was important to include the part where I want to give other artists a chance to perform as much as they do as well, which is part of my business model. My business model is not just about me performing, it's about um, offering services everywhere and gathering new staff and allow them to expand as well. So the more my business grows, I can only spend so much time somewhere. So the more my business grows, the more I have staff out there performing as well, which is a win-win for everyone. So this is what I want. And I think we all deep down at some point know what we want, but it's important to state it out. I would like now to talk about a friend of mine. I don't know if he does these exercises, if he's aware he does these exercises, but I do know this is a guy who accomplishes what he wants. He knows what he wants and he goes out and he gets it. Let me tell you a little bit about his journey. You may or may not have heard of him. He's relatively famous, depending on the circle you're in. His name is Eric Leclaire. I've known Eric since he was a teenager. In fact, maybe even a preteen. He's a fellow magician. I've known him for practically 30 years. Almost, 25 years. 25? 25. I've known him for 25 years. And, um, like I said, he's a fellow magician. This is a guy who wants to be a star. I don't know if he's ever actually verbalized it, probably, but you can tell with everything he does, he wants to be a star. Me, I'm a performer as well. Uh, my goal, stardom would be nice, but my end goal was never to be an actual star. My end goal was just to perform and make a living at it. And I shouldn't say just, because that seems to minimize it somehow. Um, see, Eric's about making Eric a star. I'm about making my company thrive, which is something I can then hand on later. You can't hand on stardom, but you can hand on a company. So our goals are a little different. And I like my goal, and he likes his. Uh, when he was young, at one point, the Canadian Association of Magicians has an annual magic convention. Um, he went to his first convention and didn't just go; he entered into the competition and he won. He became Magician of the Year. Went back the next year, did it again. He's a two-time Canadian Magic champ, and this was at a very young age. Impressive. From there, he moved on to new challenges. He was quick to recognize the opportunities presented by YouTube and very early started a YouTube channel where he did he called it a 365 challenge. So every day he posts him performing a new trick. And he actually gathered a big following. But not just a following, he gathered the attention of important people in the business. This led to him having small segments on a larger show on National Geographic where he'd perform tricks. This led to him working as a consultant for Hollywood films. Um, if you've ever seen The Walk, Robert Zemeckis, this is this true story about this street performer in New York who did a tightrope walk across the World Trade Center buildings. It was played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Well, he was hired as a consultant and trained Joseph Gordon-Levitt to do um, his tricks on screen, and the stuff that was too complicated, the close-up stuff, was actually Eric's hands, not Joseph Gordon-Levitt. This led to more stuff, and eventually Eric wound up starring and even becoming producer of his own show on YTV called Trick. I think Tricked has been running for 3 seasons now. I don't know if the fourth is in the works or not, but good for him. Uh, and just recently, this is one of the reasons I mention this now. It aired 2 nights ago, but I didn't get to see it till yesterday because I don't get that channel here. We don't have cable, we just have Netflix. But he appeared on Penn and Teller's Fool Us. Not only did he appear on Fool Us, if you're not familiar with the show, Penn and Teller are big Vegas magicians, and they have a show called Fool Us where other magicians try to go on the show and try to fool them. Essentially, perform something that Penn and Teller don't know how it works. If you manage to fool them, you win a trophy, and you actually get to appear on their live casino stage show in Las Vegas. So Eric aired 2 nights ago on June 29th, and Eric fooled them with an original creation of his. He worked with a team, collaborative team, but nonetheless, he put his creative energies out there and created something new, and he fooled Penn and Teller. Now, to a magician, this is one of the ultimate accolades. Penn and Teller are considered masters in the industry. Very, very knowledgeable. And for you to do that means that you are recognized by them as peers, which is a huge accomplishment. Think of whatever industry you're in, and one of your idols, one of um, the undisputed masters of that industry, looks to you and congratulates you as an equal. It's a big deal. And he was actually, you saw when he won, he was actually moved to tears, and he deserves all the success he got out of that. But his journey isn't even done yet. I can almost guarantee you, knowing the journey this guy is on, he's going to be in Vegas. He's going to appear with Penn and Teller. But with his background, the knowledge, the experience, the expertise he's gained in producing his own TV show and all this other stuff, he's going to talk to people there. And I would not be surprised if within a few years he's headlining his own Las Vegas show. It really wouldn't surprise me. It's part of his drive, it's part of his wants. His purpose, like mine, is to entertain, but his wants are different from mine. He wants stardom. I want a thriving business. Um, different goals, different wants, same purpose, different wants. Um, and it's inspiring to see this. This is a guy who learned from a young age to just go after what you want. And well, I don't know if he is aware of the natural laws of the universe. He is aware that if he puts his mind to something, he can accomplish it, which is really about shifting your paradigms. His paradigms keep saying, you're going to be a star. You are a star. You are a star. And lo and behold, he is. He just keeps elevating to the next level. When I started the current brand I have with my company, the paradigm there is this brand will succeed, and it has. I've been making better money every year. So my paradigm shift is not about turning something around. My paradigm shift is about making it even bigger now. I know my brand has success, but now I'm going to bring it to 7-figure success, hence Millionaire by 50. So my paradigm shift is about going to the next level when it comes to that. There are other shifts inside me that still need to be more dramatic, and we'll be discussing this as time goes by. But that's the one for now. This is all going to come back now to what we started with, your wants. Understanding the laws of the universe, understanding your purpose, all important. You also need to know what you want because when you start to focus on things, they need to be specific. I want abundance. I want a growing business. I want to perform as much as I want. I want to give my staff the same options, the same opportunities. I want a great life. I want a healthy life. And I want that dream home I spoke of. These are the things I'm working for. I think they're worthwhile. I really do. Now, moving on to today's gratitudes. Uh, I'm grateful I got a haircut. Oh, it's such a relief. I'm grateful. It's Canada Day, so I am grateful to live in this country where um, I get to enjoy a lot of freedoms. I get to enjoy free healthcare. My apologies to my American friends who are not in that situation yet. Um, I get to live in a country that is well respected worldwide and generally conflict free. I know it's not perfect, it has its own issues, they all do. But overall, Canada, who's 153 years old today, um, is always ranked in like the top three best places to live in the world. Um, and I'm proud of that and I'm grateful for that. And I think I have a beautiful life. I'm also grateful that today the forecast is going to be another beautiful day. I'm grateful that later today I'm going to be making pulled pork. Because tonight we eat well. Pulled pork, beer, a small gathering of loved ones to celebrate this country. It's a good thing. On that note, I'll see you all tomorrow.